All right, it is 7:11 a.m. and it is time for the very next adventure. Right, so we are flying all the way across the world, but before we go, we're gonna go from Miami over to New York first. So I will catch you guys up in New York. And we're here. So we made it to New York. We're at the New Liberty International Airport. And we are gonna go across the world, but we had to stop in New York to get a 5-hour layover, so that kind of sucks. But the nice thing is that we're headed to Terminal B now to go catch our flight in Scandinavian Airways to Oslo, Norway, which that's gonna be the epic part of the trip. But before we get there, the nice thing about Liberty International Airport, they have pianos. You can't imagine how stunning these fjords are until you get to see them for yourself. But unfortunately, there are no direct flights to a fjord, so we had to start our journey over in Oslo. So we made it to Norway, a bit more jet lagged than I would have liked to have imagined. Right now it is 11 a.m. in Norway, which means it is 5 in the morning in Miami time, which is where we're coming from. We landed here at 2 in the morning Miami time. We've basically been awake the entire time. Got no other choice. But this right here is our first stop, which is this park right here, which supposedly has some interesting statues. This girl is not in New York because she does not want to free the nymphs. All the statues are over there. I didn't even realize it, but we're on like one of these love lock bridges. I hope Matt and Mo are still together.
What it makes me think of?
What?
I'm sure it's supposed to be a loving thing, but to me, I think of it of like people trying to climb out of hell.
Oh wow, I can kind of see it. I mean, it's literally like, it looks like a pile of bodies. They're certainly not scared of showing everything here. Mind you, it's about 50 degrees over here in Norway. That seems to be pretty standard for April. And there's this person over here who is literally in a bikini sunbathing, because apparently 50 degrees is sunbathing weather in Norway. That's wild, because in Miami, when it gets down to these temperatures, people start bringing out their winter jackets. All right, so Sneak a peek at this guy who's freaking shirtless in 50-degree weather right now. It's ridiculous. Yeah, there are like over 100 statues here, and they were all built by one guy. This is how I feel after I eat a good meal. I guess they still got their old-fashioned telephone booths. Check that out. It's a freaking library in there. I don't know much Norwegian, but I know that says take a book, give a book. Means that this thing is actually just a little book exchange. I want this for my home. It was a great start to the trip with some sightseeing in Oslo, but it was time to get going to the actual fjord. Before we do get going, here are a couple other sites that we went to go see that were worth visiting if you're ever in the area. So now we had a 4.5-hour trip in front of us from Oslo to Flom, the city where we were going to see the fjords. And we were driving through what most people consider to be Norway when they think of Norway. Snow. Never seen a fully frozen lake before in my entire life. There's this pier that it looks like we could walk towards. See there how thick this snow is. It's like, damn. Yeah, that's frozen. It's almost summer, but there are parts of Norway that don't seem to care. Let's go check on what Mishy's doing. Hey Mishy, can you explain to me what this is?
It's my very first snowman.
It is so snowy in this part that there is a wall of snow right there. Mishy, go show for scale. Careful not to fall into the snow. I'd say it is about half a Mishy tall. Behold my field where I grow my f***s. As you can see, I have none.
You have no what?
Mishy here bothering about me GoProing and whatever, and then she's there trying to film her snowman and building a snowman.
Let's go!
What do you have there?
My snowball.
Are you trying to fight?
Take a picture.
Okay. Coming to Norway in April, we didn't think that we were going to be in the middle of a winter wonderland. Apparently, the snow does not melt ever in this particular part of Norway, or by Hemsedal. There's a car there. Had to stop and get off because I had to double take and make sure that I read this sign correctly right here. Pretty sure this sign said that we were about to enter a tunnel that was 24.5 kilometers long. That's a really long tunnel. That's right. This is actually the longest road tunnel on planet Earth. And it's also one of the last major obstacles to getting over to Flom, where we're finally going to be able to see the fjord. But before we explore the fjord, we had something else planned. We booked a train ride through beautiful, scenic Norway. The Flam Railway train. What time is it supposed to start at? 4 o'clock. And it's 4 o'clock. Alright, so we're about to take off. Oh! Right there. So we're taking off. That's crazy. That is incredible. Don't judge Flam by our appearance because we're just very, very tired. But Flam is actually very beautiful. We're just dead. Look at my eyes, they're bloodshot. Because I am like so dead tired. We haven't been this jet lagged in a while. It's true, we hadn't flown across the Atlantic Ocean to visit Europe in a very long time, so we were super tired, but that didn't stop us from seeing some of the nice things that this train had to offer. I haven't been this close to a waterfall in a while. And there it is right there. This waterfall is named Fjordsen, and it has a free fall of about 305 feet. In case you're wondering, the total train ride was about 3 full hours round trip with 3 total stops. The furthest stop being a city called Myrdal, which is a very small place that just kind of acts as a home base for certain people who had enough energy to go and bike all the way back down to Flom. Of course, we were too tired for that, so we just opted to ride the train right back to where we started. Right there, that's where the trains pass. We did the railway. I don't think that we would do it again, right, baby?
No, we would not.
I think it was just okay.
We should have just stayed and relaxed at the hotel.
Yeah, the hotel that we have is really nice.
However, if you don't do the drive from Oslo to
you gotta do that.
You should do it.
You gotta do it.
But if you did, then no.
This was an okay trip, but I slept the way back, and I plan to call it a night a little early today. Alright, so we're vlogging now on the GoPro because the actual camera isn't going to be risked with rain and water everywhere. Waking up in the Flamsbyrga Hotel, which is right behind me. It's a beautiful hotel. What's special about it is that it's right below or at the foot of a fjord. Fjords was definitely on my bucket list of things that I really wanted to see at some point. It's really amazing to be here. I just wish the weather was a little bit better. Even so, it's not going to stop us from adventuring. We've got a boat planned out that's going to actually take us out into this rainy, mountainous location. And we're going to see the fjord a little more up close and personal. Now, me and Mish here on our way to an open air adventure in 30-degree weather and the rain. Those boats right there, open air. That's what we're heading into. Alright, you gotta suit up here. Hello. There's Mishy suiting up. You gotta be completely waterproof. You gotta put on special boots too. We even gotta wear goggles. And I'm wearing now like a beanie and a light vest and a rain jacket. I believe that I am ready. And that's where we're headed.
The chairs will go in front and I want.
touch it. I want it. Okay, so we just finished the fjord cruise and that was spectacular. The fjords are a phenomenally unique location on Earth. Norway's got these incredible mountains that align with the ocean. The ocean is actually coming in there, with glaciers cutting into those mountains and creating these kind of like canals throughout all of Norway. If you take a look at a map, you'll see what I'm talking about. All these little inlets of water, those are all the fjords. There's nothing like seeing a fjord while being in the middle of it inside of a boat. There's nothing like it. You know, seeing it from the road was beautiful. Seeing it from the railway was a little bit less impressive. But when you're actually there in the center of it and you're just in a stopped boat and all you hear is, you know, rushing water from waterfalls coming off of the mountains and birds, you know, seagulls chirping here and there, it's magical. Definitely a bucket list item. When it comes to seeing Norway, you definitely have to travel out of Oslo and towards the fjords if at all possible. We're about 5 hours away from where we flew in from, but it was damn worth the drive. And well, we flew across the world just to see this, but this isn't the end of the trip. I mean, now we're gonna head off to follow the fjord all the way to the end to where it meets with the ocean to see the city at the end of the fjord. But for that one, you're gonna have to catch the next video. I'll catch you guys on the flip side. Peace.